Filipino learners, kumusta kayo? My name is JC. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to form the past, present, and future tenses of I-verbs in Tagalog. In Tagalog, we have actor-focused verbs and object-focused verbs. And I-verbs are object-focused verbs. If you're not familiar with the difference, you can check my video about the topic. I will place the link at the upper right corner of this video and at the description. By the way, tomorrow I will be uploading another video where I will show you when you should use I-verbs and how to form sentences using them. But today, in this video, let us first form the past, present, and future tenses. In order to do that, we need the verb root first. I have here two I-verbs in their basic or infinitive form. Iuwi, to take home, and iakyat, to carry an object up. Iakyat usually means to carry something with you upstairs, like iakyat ang libro, to carry the book with you upstairs, or iakyat ang bag, to carry the bag with you upstairs. Don't get confused with the other Tagalog verb, akyatin. This one is an ion verb and it means to climb up on something, like akyatin ang hagdan, to climb the stairs, or akyatin ang puno, to climb the tree. So even though they look quite similar, this one has a different meaning. Okay, to get the verb root of I-verbs, we simply remove the prefix I. So we have uwi, the verb root of iuwi, and akyat. Now take note that the verb roots of our examples begin with vowels because the rules that I will show you only applies to those I-verbs whose verb roots begin with vowels. Later, we will discuss the others. To form the past tense, you just simply add the prefix in to the verb root. So for the first example, we have inakyat. And for the second one, we have inuwi. Very simple. For the present tense, you once again take the verb root. So we have akyat, right? And then you take the first letter and add it at the beginning. And lastly, add the prefix in. So we have inaakyat, and for inuwi, we have inuuwi. To form the future tense, again, we'll start with the verb root and then get the first letter and add it at the beginning. And finally, add the prefix I. So we have iaakyat and iuuwi. Now, for our next example, we have idagdag, to add something, and ibalik, to return something. Once again, you have to get the verb root. So just remove the I. We have dagdag and balik. And looking at our verb roots, this time they begin with consonants. So now I will show you how to form the past, present, and future tenses of I-verbs whose verb roots begin with consonants, except for L, R, and Y. In order to form the past tense, you have to take the verb root and then insert in between the first letter and the rest of the letters, like this. And lastly, add the prefix I. So we have idinagdag for the first example and ibinalik for the second example. Take note that not adding the prefix I for the past tense in these ones is fine. So dinagdag is also correct and binalik is also correct. Now for the present tense, you once again have to start with the verb root and then take the first two letters and add it at the beginning. Next, you insert in between the first letter, in this case, letter D, and finally add the prefix I, idinadagdag. And for the second one, again, take the first two letters and add it at the beginning, insert in, and then add letter I, ibinabalik. And like earlier, not adding the I at the beginning is completely acceptable. Dinadagdag is also correct, and binabalik is also correct. To form the future tense, you have to take the verb root and then take the first two letters and add it at the beginning. And lastly, add the letter I. So we have idadagdag. And for ibalik, we have ibabalik. Now this time, you cannot remove the prefix I. Okay, how about those I verbs whose verb roots begin with L, R, and Y? This is how we conjugate them. I have here two examples. Iyabang, to brag about. Its verb root is yabang, so it begins with letter Y. And the next one is ilipat, to move to another place or to switch. So the verb root is lipat, which begins with letter L. To form the past tense, you just simply add ini at the beginning. So we have iniyabang and inilipat. And again, for this one, it is completely fine to remove the letter I, so niyabang and nilipat are also acceptable. Next, for the present tense, you start again with the verb root. Take the first two letters and then add them at the beginning, and then add ini. So we have iniyayabang and inililipat. And once again, niyayabang and nililipat without the letter I is also correct. And finally, for the future tense, take the verb root once again, double the first two letters, and then add the prefix I. So we have iyayabang, and for the second one, ililipat. This time you cannot remove the letter I. Well, there you have it. Again, I will be uploading another video about I verbs where I will show you how to use them in sentences. If you want to be notified, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Sa susunod ulit. Paalam.